What should you do when you suspect there's prostitution going on your premises as an Airbnb host? Obviously ask for a discount. In this video, I'll tell you what I experienced the last 24 hours and what situation I got into and how did I solve it. What's up, you guys? Today's episode, we're going to talk about my latest experience with Airbnb, but first, let me fix up a cocktail. Hey guys, my name is Christian. I own 5 Airbnbs, 12 long-term rentals. So I receive a booking, 1 person, 3 days, nothing alarming, right? Then he requests a change for 4 people. He tells me that he cannot pay the extra $55 because his card got blocked. So that was my first red flag. If you pay with a card, I think it was $360, and then you cannot pay $50 more and the card is locked, something is going on, okay? It's either a 30-minute phone call with the bank or maybe even less, just 5 minutes unlocking it online, because you can do that now, but something is going on. My spidey senses are already tingling, okay? I'm like, okay, that's okay. He tells me that he's gonna actually he's gonna call Airbnb and have him remove that charge, which is not gonna happen because I make about 40-50 bucks out of that. Here is the conversation, as you can see. Okay, so far so good. Now, I don't know how and why. I have cameras all over the place there. I own like half the street, as you know, if you follow this channel. And I saw that there's some camera footage in 2 in the morning, quite a lot, 2 in the morning, 2:30, 3 in the morning, and I'm like, what is going on? So the guy is obviously white. I cannot show you the photo, unfortunately, because he removed it. It doesn't show me anymore on Airbnb. Obviously white guy, about 50 years old. There's never a white person that actually entered the premises. There are 1 black guy, then a 2nd black guy, then 1 black girl, then a 2nd black girl, then keep coming and going, coming and going. Different cars come throughout the night. Different guys come throughout the night. Never seen a white guy to enter the premises. So I'm like, there's more than 4 people there at this point, and the person who booked it is not there. Fast forward to next morning, I contacted the guy, told him we need to meet him. He needs to meet up with the property manager, which is me. He first says no, then says okay. I go to a premises. I had other things to do anyways, and I meet with the guy. The guy is like very tough on the text, but in real life, he starts shaking pretty much the moment he saw me. And when I continue the story, you'll see the moment I mentioned the word police, he starts shaking like a leaf. So I go there. He's sitting outside the house. There's a white woman with him in the car, actually. That she's white was no relevance to the story. And he's standing in front of the house. And the white girl was with him in the car. They came together in the car. She goes out. Some black guy opens the door. Doesn't say anything. I'm right there. I'm like, the front door is here. I'm sitting right in front of the front door in the property. And she goes in. He doesn't say anything. She doesn't say anything. And I ask him like, what's going on, man? Like, you have like friends coming over? He's like, oh, I don't know who those people are. And I'm like, wait, what? He goes, yeah, I don't know who those people are. Which is very weird. So now I start interrogating. And I say, I'm like, what do you mean? Like, how did they get inside the house? He's like, I don't know. I'm like, what do you mean you don't know, man? You're the only person who actually has a password. He's like, oh, well, I gave it to a friend of mine, and those are like his friends, I think. I'm like, listen, you cannot give it to a friend of yours. You are the sole responsible for the booking. You cannot give it to a friend of yours who gives it to somebody else. Right now, they're trespassing. Now, are they trespassing? I don't know at this point. He's like, oh, really? I'm like, yeah, I think we need to call the police to actually get him removed. Like, this is not okay, like, in any shape or form. And I explained to him, like, listen, he starts shaking it like a leaf at this point. And I'm like, listen, you're responsible for here. God forbid somebody gets kidnapped or murdered. Guess which contact we have. Guess who we need to bring in for interrogation. Now I'm talking like a detective. I'm not a detective. So he starts saying some stuff that makes no sense. Because I asked him, like, okay, if you don't mind me asking, who's the woman with you? He's like, well, I don't know her. I'm like, the woman that came out of your car. Who is she? He's like, well, I don't know her. And I'm like, okay. Does she know the people inside? And he goes, no, she doesn't. I'm like, listen, man. Oh, he's just a lizard, thought it was a snake. I'm like, listen, man, you're making no sense. I feel very uncomfortable about this whole situation. You have 1 hour to make everything squared away. And I'm calling Airbnb or the police or whoever I need to. I go home in an hour. He pays the extra fee for 4 people. And now I'm fighting with Airbnb. I called immediately Airbnb, which did not have my back, by the way. And what I want to tell you is not to tell you the whole story for 10 minutes, but what do you do in this situation? Airbnb in the morning, when I called them, They said, okay, they're unpermitted guests that he didn't pay for. We can cancel the reservation. And I said, no. Now I'm calling them again and I said, yes, go ahead and cancel the reservation. They pretty much did that for 3 hours. I called them many times for those 3 hours. And finally they canceled the reservation. I had to quote the rules, their own rules to them. And they say that I accepted this change. I'm like, listen, he has people who he doesn't know. He doesn't know how to get them out. This is not friends or guests. This is people who are trespassing. I don't know if there's anything else going on. It's either human trafficking, prostitution, or he's being held hostage so he can book there. Like, he seems very scared. Like, guys, something is going on. They're like, okay. Finally, they canceled the booking. It's like 6:30 at the time. So I told him, I don't want to call the police when it's dark, okay? I go there 6:40. Knock on the door. There seems to be nobody, no cars in front. I knock on the door, put the code in. I already changed the code. By the way, once they leave, they cannot come back in. So get yourself a good remote access, like Schlage, I think it's called, Schlage encode, Schlange encode, whatever the case is. So I opened the door, somebody else opened the door. It's the black guy, the tattooed face guy, okay, that I saw earlier. He's like, hey, what's up, man? I'm like, that's what I did. He's like, yeah, what's going on? Why you coming? Why are you trying to come in? And I'm like, because you guys are not supposed to be here. Like, the reservation got canceled. You should have been out an hour ago. He's like, oh, no. We paid for extra people. I'm like, no, it's done deal. There's no extra people. Airbnb canceled. And he's like, oh, we're going to get a refund? I'm like, listen, you need to call Airbnb. I'm not the owner. I'm just here to assess if there's any damages. And the cleaning crew is on its way. Just coming to see what's going on. It was canceled by the guest. And once I said by the guest, he's like, oh, okay, sir, we'll be out, okay. He kind of shook his head like, almost show him. Anyways, 30 minutes later, they are still packing up. White guy comes in with his Mustang. He came to talk to me and my buddy Richard. He's a big guy who came and kind of knocked on the door, like, hey, you got 10 minutes, you got to go. And they start packing up. There's a lot of stuff that came out of the house. A lot of condoms inside. I mean, I'll show you the video when me and Richard went inside. All right, me and Richard are going to the house lair. Pimpin' since. Okay. Oh, they cleaned. Okay. Wow. Hold on, don't rush it. Yeah, they definitely rearranged everything. All right. Now let me show you what I found right here the next day. +1. What is this? Personal stroker. There we go. Oh, yeah. Did they leave it? Hold on. Damn it, there's no personal stroker. As you can tell, I was pretty disappointed that they didn't leave the stroker inside. But yes, that's inside the bill, was cocaine. So yeah, we went inside, they left. The white guy came and talked to us. He's like, oh, I'm not doing that again anymore, man. I'm not booking for anybody else, which was weird. If it's your fault about something, I'll be trying to be out of there as soon as I possibly can to raise no flags. By the way, that Mustang he was driving was a rental car, so he's done that before. Those things are called a pop-up brothel, which means people rent, usually but not always, lower tier, I mean, I rent for 100, 120 a night, so some that is cheaper for 1 day usually, but sometimes for 3. And I've heard stories that they rent a high-end property and have high-end clients, right? So they were maybe ratchet type of pimps. And yeah, they rent them and they have different clients come, have sex with the girls or with the guys. I don't know, I wasn't there, I didn't see. But I am 99.99% sure that this was prostitution going on, like 99.99%. There's like almost no doubt. Various condoms inside, incense, what else? Drugs. Oh yeah, hold on. Let me show you what I found. I still have it. Okay, this note sits on the window there, folded like this. I put it in my pocket. Okay, I didn't think anything of it. There's some powder inside. I don't know what you think. I don't do drugs, so I don't know what that is. Let me put it in my drink, see how that's gonna fly. I'm just kidding. Anyways, I actually found it today when I went with my cleaner to clean. I found it shimmied in the window. A lot of there's some couple of sex toys packaging. Things were going down. A lot of towels everywhere that I didn't see last night. But all in all, what can you do when you see something sus, okay? Immediately contact Airbnb, and if necessary, contact your local authorities. Although JSO here in Jacksonville said, well, we cannot do anything about it, I talked with Rich, who they have 150 properties, and he says, nope, the moment we show them that it's canceled or the guest should not be there, they come knock on the door and say, hey, you gotta go. So call your local authorities. I do not know the right answer if this actually is the police matter. The officer I talked to said they don't even go to hotels, but again, not every officer knows the same information, right? Some officers know more than others. Also, I called the non-emergency line and I asked them if I think there's human trafficking or prostitution, what do I do? They said, call us, we'll come and investigate. Because I'm like, what is the reasonable suspicion? I don't know, I'm not an officer. Anyways, next step for me is I'm gonna get a courtesy officer, police officer to live on the premises. I own half the block anyways. I'm gonna buy the other half of the block sooner or later. So this will be my small apartment complex. I would like to have a police car there present at all times. That's going to stop a lot of the stuff that is going on. The guys left. No refund. Okay, you hosts who give refund about absolutely everything, you need to stop doing that. You need to stop it. You are the reason why people ask for refunds. You're doing disservice to all of us, and I hate you for it. You need to stop treating those guests like they're the king of the jungle, okay? You cannot treat them like a prince, because they get used to it and they think that, oh, I'm just gonna go to the next guy, request refund because I saw a hair on the floor. Doesn't work that way. Anyways, all said and done, quick second story. Since it got canceled yesterday, it was open and available today. Somebody booked it. Here's the text what they sent me on Airbnb, and I said, oh, okay. That sounds suspicious. Why would you come to a different city and have somebody check? It happens every now and then, but now my spidey senses are tingling. And I told my assistant, watch me tell him that he needs to meet with a property manager, watch him cancel. I told him that he needs to meet with a property manager, hour or two later, whatever the time is, he cancels. Thank you, $100 I made from this cancellation, and the property got booked by somebody else, and I called that somebody else. She's coming here from Georgia. I talked on the phone with her. I told her, hey, our property manager will be there to meet you. She's like, oh, no problem. I'm gonna give you 30 minutes call before I can come to the property. I'm not gonna go and meet her. I live 1 mile away, but the fact that she offers, I already don't think that that's a scam or there's anything going on. Besides, I have cameras there. All in all, be wary of your surroundings. Be careful with who you're hosting. There might be more of a crime than you think. I'm not saying you need to go and investigate absolutely every booking, but some bookings just raise the flag. Be a mindful host. I made sure, as you see at the end of what I wrote to Airbnb, it is not enough for me only to cancel and to collect all the money. 100% I'm going to cancel and I'm going to collect all the money. You do not know who you're dealing with. Another thing I want Airbnb to do is flag their account, and if possible, they will never be able to book instant anymore. I also changed some of the settings on my booking where only people who have a decent standing with Airbnb and a few bookings can actually instant book. Everybody else needs to request. Thank you very much for watching, guys. Like and sub. I'm almost to 1,000 subscribers, so come on, chop chop. I'm going to release more videos about funny and not so funny stories about Airbnb. See ya.